Hi, Chris Williams here, co host of New Life Live. I'm talking about anxiety. We're doing a series on it. We got to dig into it because it's impacting us at every area and every level of our lives. I've talked a lot about some of the problems or how anxiety shows up in our lives and how it acts itself out in the world. But I also want to really dig into anxiety recovery. How do we recover from this epidemic of anxiety? And let me say this. I hear this often. It sounds easier than it is. And my answer to that is, of course. Everything sounds easier than what it is. So know that what I'm going to present to you is a process that takes time and it also takes discipline and exercise. I mean, you have to work these things out with a level of perseverance and a level of resiliency. Because we didn't get into our epidemic anxiety overnight, we're not going to get out of it overnight. But let me dig in here. One of the things that anxiety does is it takes us out of the present moment. It either gets us brooding over some sort of future scenario, or it gets us obsessed about some sort of thing of the past. So we're not living in the present moment. We're either caught up in the past or caught up in the future in things that literally we have no control over. And yet we spend all of this time in our mind obsessing about it one way or another. So one of the things that we learn to do in recovering from anxiety is we learn to engage in the present moment. And as a person myself who really struggles with anxiety, this is really difficult. Learning to connect to the now and learning to slow down, and that is a very, very key component. You'll notice that anxiety is fast and it's furious, but being able to connect in the moment requires us to go slow and steady. So learning how to slow down, learning how to feel our feelings, think our thoughts, but also just doing things like mindfulness and meditation, spending some time in scripture, maybe spending some time walking through the Psalms, but reading it moment by moment and really trying to experience that in the now. Things that can help us get in the now is taking a walk and just literally noticing, using our five senses, our sight, our smell, the sound, what we feel, eating food, enjoying a meal with somebody, tasting it. And one of the best ways we can practice being in the present moment is engaging with other people. Being a good listener is one of the most powerful and effective ways to really engage in the moment. And when we engage in the moment, we start to realize that God has given us everything that we need. As we say, everything that, as Peter says, that everything that we need for life and love and godliness, it is actually given to us in the present moment. When we constantly live life in the future or we live life in the past, we will never find our solutions for the problems that we have now, but we will also never find and discover the joy and the pleasures and the goodness that is all around us here today. What I want to encourage you, if you're struggling with anxiety, take a moment. Learn how to take a few deep breaths and just notice what's around you. Feel your feelings, think your thoughts, but again, connect them into a present reality of God's provision and love for your life. It's one of the best ways that we can just practice this, and even practicing it throughout our day. One other suggestion I have is if there is a scripture that really means a lot to you or speaks out to you, then take that, for instance, and use that to connect to the current moment, the current reality. God says, "Fear not, for I am with you." And he uses this term over and over and over and over and over again. Fear not, for I am with you. Certainly he's with us in the future. Certainly he's with us in the past, but I am with you is a present reality. So feed our faith by connecting to the present moment and the God of the present moment and learn to enjoy it. Thank you for listening to me today, hearing this out. Let's attack this anxiety thing. Let's be people of peace. Let's be people of assurance and confidence and joy. But if you're like me and you struggle getting there, 1-800-NEW-LIFE. We have tons of resources. We have a national network of therapists trained to help you overcome your anxiety. Give us a call today, 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Thanks for being with me, and we're going to do a couple more segments on overcoming anxiety.